I believe we're live. We're back. We are back. Thank you guys for joining me once again. This has been one of the funnest things I have done in a long, long time. I want to welcome you, give you guys a warm welcome, give you guys a real round of applause here because you've done something that a lot of people won't do, right? You've done, let me make sure I'm streaming here. Let me know if you can hear me and all that. You've done something that a lot of people won't do, all right? And that's stick with something for even 5 days, okay? So if you can stick with something for 5 days, you are creating a ton of momentum, all right? And if you've enjoyed this up to this point, imagine what you could do. Just literally imagine if you keep going, right? So up to now, we've had what did we have? We had music theory, applicable music theory on Monday, right? We've had cage shapes. Let me turn this back up then. Cage shapes. We've had scales, triads, and last night we had chord tones over the top of chords and triads, as well as what else did we have? We had pentatonics over the top of those as well. So we've covered a gamut of things already in literally just 4 days. So if you've felt any sense of accomplishment between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you feel like you're building momentum, imagine what you could do with more time, all right? Think about this. We're going to get into this here in a second. We've got another thing to cover tonight, of course, right? If you have the ebook, you already know, right? So what I want to do is just kind of encourage you and thank you all for being here, right? I've seen so many people post in the Facebook group and then post homework, ask questions, send emails to me, send direct messages to me. It's been a lot, all right? It's been a long week for me to try to help you guys get where you want to be and so that you can feel a great sense of accomplishment for getting there. And you should be really, really, really proud of yourself. Thanks, Trinity. So what I want to do first is the same thing I've done every single night, but just really quickly, what's going on, Valerie? What's up, King G, Jeff? Oh, you guys, I'll say hi here in a little bit, but I got to get through this stuff so I don't lose people. So at the end of the day, you guys have done something amazing right now. Even if we didn't finish tonight, but we're gonna finish. All right, we're gonna finish, but I got to show you a few things first before we get into this. All right, so let's take a look, shall we? So in the video description, you're going to find everything you need. You're going to find the links to the replay page, right? And that's going to look like this. Let me make sure it's not in preview mode. There we go. So the preview, or I can't say it. The replay page, right? You don't need this anymore. That was like kind of the promo to get you guys excited about doing this, right? And then you've got download the workbook, join the Facebook page. And then you've got day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, all right here so that you can review these. These are going to be up for at least a week, all right? So let's get into what's happening here, right? We've taken you through all kinds of essential theory, the cage system, but just barely scratching the surface on all these things and just giving you guys motivation to keep you moving forward. We've gone through triads unleashed, making sure we could find all of our chord shapes across the fretboard and kind of how they apply to caged, all right? And then we've talked about scales and chord tones and how they fit over triads. How do we find those, all right? So we literally barely scratched the surface there as well. But to commend you guys, literally you have done all the homework and more, right? It's been an amazing thing to watch, to see you guys do piece of homework after piece of homework to post everything. So you should be really, 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 really happy with yourselves, all right? I'm proud of everybody that's in this group. Whether you're watching now or watching later, you're a rock star in my book, okay? So now let's take a look at something else right here. So one of the big things that we want to talk about is what we want to talk about here is, for doing your homework, you guys have had prizes all week. We're going to get all that stuff figured out, sorted out, all right? I'm going to give a couple more people tonight access to the Chord Pro, all right? And this is just like a library of tabs that go with chord lessons. Now, I'm not really that big on teaching licks, although you wouldn't think that by my Instagram or YouTube, right? Or mostly my Instagram or Facebook. But here's the thing is if you want to learn those and get those under your fingers, you should. And I have a library for that, and it continues to grow. All right. So I want to give a couple more people I'm going to give 3 more people the access to that tonight. Okay. So I'll get to that in a few minutes. So stick with me here. 3 people that have already been, working hard and pushing forward here on all of this material. Okay. So now, some people won hats. Some other people won the Chord Pro kind of tab library thing. And then some people have won shirts, right? So we're going to get all that sorted out so you guys get everything you won because you deserve it. Everything you've gotten, you've deserved, right? So this is good stuff. So here's the other thing that is in the description of the YouTube video tonight, all right? And I could not be more excited about this because this is literally my life's work. So if you've gotten something out of, and this is like the big announcement, right? So if you've gotten anything out of this week, think about it. If you feel like you've made steps towards good stuff, steps towards progress, and you feeling a sense of community, a sense of knowing who I am, how I teach, my passion for teaching the language of music, not just licks, then imagine what you've done in 4 days, and now it's going to be 5 days. Imagine if you had access to my courses, my teaching, and my feedback for literally ever, all right? So this is going to change the way you look at the guitar and the way you practice. It's not going to be any more sifting through YouTube video after YouTube video. Sure, people always do that. But what I'm doing on Sunday at 5 p.m. is I'm opening the doors to my community and to my guitar academy, okay? This has not been open since, I think, March, all right? I closed it down because I only want to dedicate myself and my time to people that are really serious, right? I had it open all the time before, closed it down because I want to give and dedicate as much time as I possibly can to the members that join this program and to the people that are really, really, really dedicated to getting good at the guitar and changing the way they play. And as far as I can see, that's literally everybody in this group, okay? So I know you've probably been curious about it, what's happening. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit before I get into announcing the 3 people that won the Chord Pro, and then before I get into teaching the remainder of the masterclass tonight, okay? So here's the deal with this. I'm going to go through it, and there is a wait list in the link in the description. I sent it out the last couple of days as well in the follow-up email with the replay, just kind of hinting at it. But tonight, this is it. Like, literally, this is my life's work. I've got courses in there, workshops in there. I've got guest speakers that come and go that are going to start coming and going more. I've had one up to this point. There'll be more, right? We got hangouts that happen. So if you've enjoyed any of the community stuff, wait till you see the private community. I'll show you some of the insides here. I have short workshops, long workshops, courses that are awesome and that you can grab, and they're step-by-step, and it's all included. Literally, this is a lifetime membership. This is not going to be a monthly thing, all right? So let's take a look at what's on this wait list right now, and I'll show you. I'll take a look at this. There's a bug down here or something. Let me pull this up. Yeah, man, if you guys haven't dropped where you're watching from, you got to do it. It helps me. Give me some likes, all that stuff, because it kind of pushes it out there to everybody else. So let's see. Let's take a look at this wait list. All right. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, come on. There it is. Let me put it right here. All right, let's take a look at, oh, there it was over there. It went onto the other screen. So let's take a look at what we've got going here, all right? So this is the all access pass. So everything I do, my entire life's work, the way I've been motivating you all this week, this is what's coming at you Sunday at 5 o'clock. All right, I'm going to give you guys a couple days, and I'll kind of send out some emails reminding you that this is going to open, and I'm going to do a bonus live session on Sunday, all right, probably around 4 o'clock, okay, or 4:30, 4:30. I'll send it out and let you know, and we're going to launch this thing, all right? I could not be more excited to send this out into the stratosphere because this is my passion, this is my life's work, and this is what we're going to do. So check this out. Right now, 10 courses. There's going to be more, all right? And each of these are not short courses. Like, these aren't like short little doing one half a step, or you know what I mean? But These aren't short little courses. So check this out. This is not a monthly membership. Nobody likes those, right? You sign up for it because you want to watch a football game, or you sign up for this because you want to watch a baseball game, and then you're like, I got to cancel that. I don't know why they keep moving it. This is a lifetime membership that you will be able to grow with as a guitar player, and I'm not going anywhere. This is all I do, okay? And it's my passion to help you guys take your playing to the next level, all right? What's it include? Lifetime access. Lifetime access to all the current and upcoming courses, live sessions, coaching calls. 10 plus current courses. There's more than that really in there if you break them all down. Downloadable PDFs, all my diagrams, resources, all this stuff. New Fretboard Freedom ebook that kind of helps reinforce some things and gives you more things to practice in an organized format so you can flip through the pages and kind of get an idea at it. There's a monthly live stream 2 times a month where it's like an open mic and we kind of hang out and ask. You can ask questions. It'll be more interactive because you'll be on screen with me, right? It won't just be on YouTube and that's it, right? You'll be on screen and you'll be able to see each other face to face. 2 monthly like master classes and or workshops where I'm teaching on a specific topic, and it can be stuff that you guys request. I put polls out there. You can request certain things, okay? Access to Q&A. You can ask me questions at any time throughout the week, Monday through Friday. If you post a video within there, you're going to get feedback on your playing. Challenges, giveaways. Ask Isaiah. He's been in there. He knows. Sandy's been in there as well. There'll be some guest teachers. Listen, I'm just trying to show you guys what we got. There'll be some guest teachers, right? And then we got cage system application workshop, a phrasing workshop, home recording workshop, fingerstyle course, and we're going to get to what the teaching content soon. I'm just showing you guys what's here, right? And then we're going to get to this stuff. And if you buy within the first 24 hours on Sunday night, everybody that buys, I'm not talking 2 or 10, everybody that buys within the first 24 hours is going to get a one-on-one action plan with me, right? Video lesson, all right? So a one-on-one action plan with me, all right? And we're going to map out anything you need to work on, anything you need to do to kind of continue growing as a guitar player, all right? So just want to show you really quickly what's been going on in here. So let's take a look at all this stuff. Let's get down to business. So check this out. So you've got, look at all these people posting, right? So here's, we got people posting guitars. We got people posting homework. This is Valerie. Valerie really went above and beyond here. I want to give a shout out to her and a couple of the other ladies in here. They really did their homework, all right? Thanks, Isaiah. And then we got, people are doing the written homework. People are doing all kinds of stuff right here. So it's like, we got, where's the videos? I was like, where's the videos? It's right here. Look at all these people posting videos. If you've been encouraged enough to post a video and you had the guts to post this week, I want to give you a shout out. I want to give everybody a shout out, okay? So shout out to, I can't do everybody, but Caroline, thank you so much. We're playing music here now. Yeah, all you guys, I can't give a shout out to everybody. I want to give a shout out to Donna Lee McCormick as well. I mean, everybody. I can't say enough about everybody that's been in here. Brian, man, great
minor triads in the highest 4 string.
Close that. But yeah, look at all these videos of people doing homework, right? Everybody's submitting homework. Now, imagine if you were doing this on a weekly basis and getting even more feedback from me as well as others. This is what's going on in my private community, right? So it's even more, and it's no political crap in there for Facebook or any other ads. It's literally just guitar stuff. I'll show you what it looks like real quick, and then we'll get to the teaching stuff. But this is going to open at 5 o'clock on Sunday. So look, this private community, you can message me right here. I don't want to show you guys these other, but I'm really active. And look, 39 minutes ago, 5 hours ago, this is happening right here. People asking questions, all of this stuff, right? So you're not left out high and dry. And guess what? I don't have a team. It's just me. I'm here to help you grow as a guitar player. We got meetups that happen a couple times a month. Actually 4 times a month where there's the master classes and all that. And here you can say any kind of aha moments you've got. We got live session replays. Each one of these is like a mini course. These happen every 2 weeks. Look at this. I'm doing a deep dive on Caged a couple weeks ago. Put the PDF right there. Deep dive on triads with licks. Put the PDF right there. You can watch these anytime you want. We got a challenge from a man in the box. That was like a student request for a grunge song. But we have challenges as well that happen. You can ask for feedback here. You get the weekly chord lick chord type of content right here where I post a little thing every week about some stuff. You can ask for feedback. You got new member challenge if you want to do that. It's awesome as well. But look at all this stuff. We've got each of these could be considered a class. Every single one of these. I'm just listing 10 of the step-by-step classes. These are each one of these a class. There's a recording workshop right there. All these things are at your disposal, all right? And for life, because guess what? I'm not stopping doing this anytime soon, and this is literally my life's work, okay? So I'm putting 30, actually, in October, October 28th, it'll be 30 years of me playing guitar, 20 years of me teaching. I'm putting 20 years worth of teaching knowledge onto my site, and I'm adding new stuff to it every single month, if not every single week, all right? So if you're looking for step-by-step stuff and you're looking for all of this plus feedback and encouragement from me and a good community, this is what you want to do. 5 o'clock Sunday, I'm going to hit you up. I'm done with the infomercial right now, and I'm going to go to the stuff that we're talking about. But I literally couldn't be more excited about this, okay? I'm going to make you the deal of a lifetime. Don't go in there and buy those courses. You buy all those courses individually, it's going to be like $3,000. That's not what we're doing. Everything's going to be for one thing. All right, and I'm going to make you the deal of a lifetime, literally, because you're going to get it for a lifetime. All right, so let's get to teaching, shall we? All right, so minimize that window. Let's pull up session 5. All right, what are we doing? We're bringing it all together, guys. Hopefully your guitars are ready to go and you're still hanging out with me right now. So bringing it all together. All right, so let's see what we've got. So we've got first of all, we already kind of know what we covered, right? Monday, theory. Tuesday, caged, and kind of deep on caged, actually. Wednesday, we did triads. Last night, we did chord tones and scales over our chords, and over our triads shapes as well. I gave you guys a backing track as well. That backing track is in the Facebook group, but it's also on the replay page as well. I'll double check to make sure it's there so you can practice that. And that way you can kind of go through and make sure you can jam over this stuff, right? Because it's kind of a pain in the butt to put a jam over, just kind of make up your own backing track at some points, all right? So, by the way, thanks, Isaiah. I appreciate the kind words there. He's been a member for a couple of years, so you can ask him. He knows. And so has Sandy. I don't know if she's in here tonight, but there's been a few other guys, a few other dudes as well I don't know if they're in here tonight, but anyways, they can chime in. You'll see. I'll put some testimonials up there sometime between now and Sunday. But we're going to do a live stream again on Sunday, right? Kind of a pop-up thing. And I might do one on Saturday, too, just for a little bit. So be on the lookout for that, all right? I just want to check in with you guys. This has not been an easy thing for me to put together, but it's been literally one of my favorite things I've ever done. It's been so fun to see people kind of come together and do what they need to do. So, everything, and be motivated to play, progress, and post videos, ask questions, get feedback, all these things. It's been so fun for me to watch. So now, one thing I want to say is we've covered everything, right? So it's a chord workshop, essentially, right? But you didn't really just get licks all week. You got things that are going to actually help you progress as a guitar player. That's what you need. You don't need another guy on the internet showing you how to go, right? Literally, I don't have a pick, but literally, there's a million of those. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that's going to help you learn the why behind it. I'm going to teach licks, but I'm the guy that's going to want to help you, encourage you to learn the why behind it so you can feel like a more competent musician in whatever setting you're trying to do, whether you're just trying to sit at home and jam, play at church, do a singer-songwriter circle, get the guts to show up to an open mic, go to a blues jam, start a band, go on tour. I got guys that do tours that have taken courses and classes with me, and that they play and write their own music. Now, what I'm trying to do is help you guys get to your next level, not anybody else's next level. This is your next level, all right? So this is my very first boot camp I've ever put on like this. I've been teaching for 20 years, but I've never done a boot camp quite like this. So it's been super, super fun for me to put together and see it kind of unfold. It's been awesome. So, Leslie, first one. So everything we've done up to this week has been meant to show you. Oh, and you can see here's that little hat that I've been drawing names out of, and I'll get to the drawing here in a second. Everything this week has been meant to, keep in mind, teach you the why behind how you can play chords. All right, so Terry's here. Thanks, Terry. Terry can say some kind words about the programs, too. He's been a student for a while. So now we want to be able to know the why, right? I could sit here all day and teach you to go. Which is cool, right? And I will teach you how to do that within the community. But I want to teach you the why behind this, all right? So here's the deal. Everything we've done this week has been meant, thanks, Terry, I appreciate that. Everything you've done this week has been meant to help you learn a little bit more of the why behind the Chordlet Chord, to give you some motivation to keep going, and to give you the motivation to keep learning, right? So let's take a look. Last night when we did G, A minor, C, G, 1, 2, 4, 1, if you remember our number system stuff from the theory day, Monday, then you're going to see what we're doing here, because here's our Chordlet Chord stuff. So any of the notes from the above scales that we learned last week or last night are going to be game for what we're doing here. All right? You want to play the bass notes in the first chord, and I'm going to kind of break down exactly how I'm doing this, right? And I'm going to show you kind of an idea of a Chordlet Chord thing here in a second. But then I'm going to encourage you to start doing this on your own. All right, don't just steal my Chordlet Chord. Create your own. And that's going to be the assignment for tonight, all right, to post for tomorrow, all right? So, or post between now and Sunday, all right? I'll give you a few days because there's been a lot of content here, all right? Would you guys agree the content has been good? Let me know in the comments, all right? The more comments I get, the better, I think. So, like, if you agree the content has been good, the support in the community has been good, support from me has been good, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. So what we want to do is be able to create our own, right? So let's take a look at this. And you can read all this your own. You've had this for probably a week or 2 weeks. So what we want to do is put it all together. What I gave you here is literally what I said I didn't want to do, which was give you a lick verbatim. But I'm going to give you a lick verbatim because I want it to inspire you to be able to really to be able to create your own stuff, right? So if we think about this, and we had last night, I'll stop share for a second. Last night, Monday, we've had on Monday, we've had tons and tons of stuff that we've worked on, right? But on Monday, we learned the theory, right? So we kind of learned in the key of G, how many sharps, right? It's a lot to remember, but I'm just going to kind of run back. We learned how many sharps in the key of G. We learned how to play some scales all over the neck. There's 7 notes in the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 chords in the key. Maybe I'll slow down a little bit here. So 7 chords in the key, 7 notes in the scale. We're dealing with the key of G right here. I appreciate the kind words, guys. So So now we know that the 1, 4, and 5 are major. So in the key of G, 1, count up the scale, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we go 5. 5 is major. So 2, 3, and 6 are minor. So 1, 2, 2 minor, 3 minor, 6 minor. 7 was this strange half diminished. And then back to G, okay? I think I'll post in the community or on the replay page this little weird diminished chord. You don't need it right now, so that's not what we're dealing with. We're trying to get to putting all this stuff together. So what we're looking for here is a Chordlet Chord type of a concept, right? So then we learned some cage stuff. So like the E shape, the A shape. In this case, this would be the E minor shape. We didn't get to minor cage, but we will get to that in the paid community area, right? So in the lifetime memberships, lifetime. We're not doing monthly. So we're not doing monthly. We're doing lifetime. And it's 100% worth it. Ask anybody in my community. So check this out. So what we're doing for our progression, and then, okay, so let's back it up. Then we did triads. 1, 2, 4, 1, right? So the progression is 1, 2, I'm just making up the rhythm right now, 4, 1. Right? That was our loop from last night. So we've all been working towards this exact same progression that we're going to put stuff over the top, right? Then we learned triads. 1, 2, 4, 1, right? 1, 2, 4, 1, right? We did them in these two spots, and that's kind of where we're going to put together this stuff, all right? Then we learned how to isolate chord tones, right? So let's just do a live loop. So So then we learned how to isolate chord tones, go back and through the G's. And I know these chord tones based out of my triad shapes. It really helps me, all right? And that get way more into that in the triad course that I have in my program. So it's like G, A minor, C, G. Then I go back through and do thirds. So then I can do fifths, or I could stick with roots and thirds for now. There's a third of A. Fifth. Now I went back to third, fifth, under the G's, D. A little improv there. I'll do fifths again. Fifth over G, fifth over A, fifth over C. Back to the third. Right. Then we talked about how can we put some scales in between there. So I could land on a root, third, or a fifth. In this case, let's do root or third. It's just kind of a review of last night, kind of where it's all coming together. And then we say, all right, let's put it together, right? So let's put it together and say G, and let's land on chord tones at the start of each chord for now, and then put a little pentatonic in between. So I'll do roots first. So as third, right? So I'm just doing pentatonics. Root, root, root. Now if we do thirds, third, anyways, so that's kind of where we're headed with all of this stuff. All right, thanks, Joe. Thanks for the kind words, everybody that kind of chimed in. Leslie, Donna, Caroline, John, Bonnie. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Like, I'm literally considering all you guys my friends right now. So, all right, and hopefully I'm the same for you because I've been working hard for you guys this week, and we're not done. It doesn't end today. Like I said, there might be a live stream Saturday, but more than likely there'll be one on Sunday. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow a little bit through email. There'll be one on Sunday, and these doors open at 5 o'clock. And they're only going to be open at 5 o'clock Sunday to Saturday night at midnight. I forgot to say that earlier. And then I'm closing it down probably until I don't know when, but I'm closing it down again. The last time I closed it down for 8 months. So you got to get in now because the next time I open it, it's going to be way higher. All right, so check this out. Let's do a little chord lick chord thing. And this isn't meant for you to just steal the licks, all right? This is actually meant for you to just get inspiration, all right? So I'm going to play this, give you guys the tabs here. And if you guys use not Ultimate Guitar, probably all use that. But if you guys use Guitar Pro, that's what I use to kind of write out these things. I would be willing to give you I can get you the files of this so that you can kind of slow this stuff down. I'll show you what I mean by that real quick. Did it pop up? Yeah, it did. So check this out. Here's how this works. I don't know how much the software is. I had to have it because I use it. So let's close this window over here. It would be hard for you to probably hear the audio. But this allows you, this is what I use to write out all my exercises and stuff on. But like, this will allow you to like grab a section if you have Guitar Pro, and then you can come up here and you can change the tempo. So you can actually loop a section, slow it down. And there's a lot of tabs online that use this, even through Ultimate Guitar, which I keep saying on accident. So let's go back over here. and I am willing to do that. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys. Yeah, 5 o'clock Central. 5 o'clock Central Saturday. 5 o'clock Central Saturday, and guess what? I have to close it, right? I can't keep it open because that's just not what I want to do, all right? Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Isaiah. But the biggest thing here is learning this stuff, and it's gonna be open from 5 o'clock Sunday to midnight this next Saturday. I can't give you the exact dates. I'll let you know on the live stream on Sunday. But it's gonna be really, really, really awesome. I promise you this. So, and I'm only making it better and better every single time. Every month I add new stuff, all that. And I'll have, you know what? I also forgot to show you guys that, like, I'll show you something right here. Probably give away all my stuff. I'm going to share with you guys every single PDF I've ever made for triads in the program. And I'm going to give them to you in every single key. So you're going to have resources for days. This is worth thousands of dollars alone, all right? And this is just one folder. This is my triad pages folder, right? So if I go to over here to, you can see all my stuff. Summit Guitar School. I'm just going to be completely open with you guys. And I come over here and I go to, there's the Chord Bootcamp, where intermediate guitar, all of my intermediate guitar stuff, everything that you could ever want, literally, right? Like, there's so many things happening here that you're going to get access to. Everything advanced guitar. All of this stuff, dude. Insane amounts of stuff, right? All access pass materials. Insane amounts of stuff here. I'm just going to give it all to you, all right? So let's come back to what we were doing before you steal my Social Security number. All right, so check this out. And don't forget, in the first 24 hours, and you buy, everybody, literally everybody that signs up in the first 24 hours, this is a fast-acting, like, one-time thing. You act fast with this, in the first 24 hours, you and I are going to get on a call for 20 minutes, discuss your goals, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do to kind of keep pushing forward in a video call, except it won't be me to chat. It'll be me to you in a Zoom call. All right. So check this out. Back to the matter at hand. I don't want to leave things out. I want you guys to know all the info. So I don't know how many people are watching all the way through these, but so here's what I'm doing. I talked about this last night. You play the bass note first. This is a G. Here's our A minor, and here's our C. So I didn't do a lot of triad stuff here, just because I'm trying to do kind of what you see in those videos, but like. I gotta scroll. So I kept this pretty simple on purpose, all right? Let me get my face out of there. All right, so I kept this simple, but for a reason, all right? I wanted it to be simple because I wanted to just inspire you, and I want to analyze the way this looks, and let's talk about why I'm doing what I'm doing here. So I kind of told you that I like to cheat a little, or like give the illusion that I'm playing bass. So I did this on purpose. 1, 2, and then I put a lick on 3 and 4. Now, I'm overdoing it on purpose here. You don't want to do a lick on every chord like I did. I didn't do one on the C. I just did a cool rhythmic strum. But I did it on the first 2 chords. You might not always do that, and I'd love to see your main homework, guys, is to either play this. It could be anything from the week, but for week or day 5 homework, you want to either do this exactly verbatim. This first one, I got a harder one down here, or I would love to see you do one on your own, even if you're not feeling confident about it. Okay, so let me before we get further into this, let's go ahead and do the drawing for the people that are gonna get. I forgot to do it for the people that are gonna get access to this chordlet chord thing. Let me pull it up. I've picked some people here. This time I kind of handpicked based on people I thought were doing a great job this week. Whoops. The numbers are the frets. That's like a tab thing, Caroline. We'll get into that at some point too in the main program. But let's Oops, I'm hitting the wrong thing here. What is happening? Okay, so I gotta mute that. All right, so I'm gonna give this Chord Lick Chord thing to a few more people here. 3 people. Justin Varro, reach out. You got Chord Lick Chord, my friend. Justin Varro is in on the Chord Lick Chord. All right.
Hey, Brett, Stefan here.
And then, whoops, we got Stefan, Chord Lick Chord.
For last night's session on the triads.
And then my last one
to make it into a melodic
is going to be
and combining some of the stuff.
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Whoops, hold on, I gotta find my person.
This is my
last one.
Here are the C
is gonna be. Oh, that person already won. Sorry.
chords
I had
up
it
in
saved.
that chord.
I didn't realize it was the same name as before. Last one's gonna be. Dang. I know I'm keeping you waiting. Last one's gonna be Caroline. Caroline Petruk is the last one. Congratulations. So you guys need to reach out, and I'll reach out to you as well. And let me make sure I get this written down. Caroline and the other guys here as well. Justin. And Stefan. Boom. We'll get that taken care of. I'll reach out personally to you guys. And it's been a busy week, so you might have to. It'd be best if you actually kind of reach out to me as well, but we'll get you taken care of. So back to the matter at hand. Main assignment: creating your own Chord Lick Chord, posting it in the community, or sending it to me. Now, or making up your own, or picking, or just doing one of these, right? So this is bringing everything we've done all week to bring it together, all right? So check this out. This is not a beginner guitar thing, but it's not super, super advanced because I'm trying to make it simple. So we got, this is tab, guitar tab. This is the bass note. These are, we won't get into tab today, but you'll get the idea here. So I'm playing a bar chord, bass note, chord, and then I'm right out of G major pentatonic. Actually, then bass note of the A. Remember I said you're going to hit an A or hit the next chord as the bass root. Buys you time to get your bar chord. Now I did an A minor 7th. You can see it's not a full A minor. So it's like an A minor bar chord off the 6th string. No pinky. Just gives it a little bit of a smoother sound, all right? I don't know who it was earlier this week that did. It made me think of trying to get up this great big hill. Same progression. I was like, holy crap, did I just regurgitate that song? You know that song. When I step outside. That song. Anyways, the idea here was kind of more of like a just like a soulful thing, but whoever did that, I appreciate you, because I was like, oh, I do like that song. So anyways, bass, chord, pentatonic. Then that lick is sliding 7. I did 5 into 7 right here, 5 on the 4th string. I double stop 5 and 5 on the 4th and 3rd string. That's a D and the G, and I slid up and right back. Bass note again, kind of fooling the listener. C in the A shape, G, right? Oh yeah, I don't know who it was that did that, but I think you're right, JJ. I don't know. It kind of reminded me of it too. Also sounds like Tennessee Whiskey. If you did it in 6/8, Tennessee Whiskey. So back from the beginning, G bass note, G bar chord in the E shape, little pentatonic runs, 5 into 7 on the A, 5, 7, A here on the 6th string, and then I hold that bass note, get that A minor 7th chord, and then right back to A or G major pentatonic, 5 into 7 on the A, 5 on the D, 5 and 5 as a double stop, bass note of the C, excuse me, getting a little cold now, C on the A shape, and then back to the G. Now that rhythm, right, that's a little funky thing there. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? You know what else this sounds like? Well, like it's old CeeLo Green. Anyways, So apparently it's a popular chord progression. So C right here is where I'm looking. 3, 5, 3, and then that's a C full chord. And then I go 1, 3, and 4, and I just mute. My fingers are on the strings but not pushing. If I held them down, it would sound like that. But I just go, kind of hold the shape of the A chord, the C in the A shape, I should say. So, right. If you can't get the pick scrape thing, you don't have to. You can just go. Right, you can leave it out. And then I play a G again in the E shape, and then I hold 3 and 3 here. There's a little double stop thing. That's a G and a D, and then I strum both of those. Hammer my ring finger onto that 5th fret E of that 2nd string, like that. And then I go straight to, those are some chord tones in there, G and the D, 5th and the 3rd. Sorry, 5th and the root. And then I go 2 A into the 4 B, which is the 3rd of G. This 3rd fret D, which is the 5th of D, or G, right? So that whole first bit, it just repeats. It's the same thing twice. So it's like... like that. So that's the first one. All right, hopefully that's making sense. I'll take some questions at the end, you guys. Don't forget, Sunday at 5 o'clock. All right, so check this out. We got a little bit more action here. So I did this on purpose. I made it a little bit more challenging for people that might be looking for more of a challenge, all right? So there's a lot going on here. Some pick scrapes, little things in here. I called it advanced. I'm not sure if it's 100% advanced, but it's definitely more involved, all right? So this is your main homework for, okay, so I know there was some confusion last night, right, on the homework thing. That's probably my fault because it was late. It's been a long week planning all this stuff for you guys. But tonight, the main homework, I'm going to say it again. Either play one of these 2 chordlet chord examples or come up with your own. I'd honestly rather hear one of your own than regurgitated one of mine, right? Only because that means that you're really trying stuff. Maybe steal something from mine and make your own, or maybe just make your own altogether based on the information from the week. Or there is really nothing wrong with just getting a piece of this easy one or this more difficult one and trying to get it into your playing, right? So whether it's one of these, a piece of one of these, or your whole own thing using the same chords, it's got to be these chords, G, A minor, C, back to G. That is the homework. You can email it to me if you hate Facebook. You can text it, or not text me, you don't have my number. Email it to me if you hate Facebook, or you can come over and drop it into the Facebook group, all right? Cool. All right, so let's keep this going here. I'm going to use my handy-dandy device. All right, literally my hand. All right, so check this out. The harder one, let's talk about this, you guys. So you got very similar, but we're just adding a little bit more complicated rhythm. Sorry. I do a chord, note, G in the E shape, little pick scrape, 5 to 7 on the A, 5, same move, except a hammer on this time. To the A, root, another little pick scrape. Now we got a little Hendrix run. So I did 5 to 7, D to E on the A string, 5 on the D, that's a G. I bar 5 and 5, the C and this E right here. And I'm going to bar it, strum both of those. It's a double stop lick. Very Hendrixy. Stevie Ray Vaughan, all that stuff. They all stole it from Hendrix anyways. I don't know who he stole it from, but, right? You can say John Mayer or whoever you want. But Hendrix was kind of the guy that pioneered it, right? So, or one of them. So I'm barring 5 and 5 here, but if you don't arch your ring finger to do this double stop lick right here, you'll just hear, you won't hear anything. You got to get this, it's hard to see in the video, but you got to get this finger arched up, right? If it's laying back at all, you'll never hear the double stop. So I'm really pulling my wrist down like this, so that I can get my ring finger up so I hear both of those notes. So helter skelter. Anyways, so that's the double stop lick. So when I do that, I'm holding down 5 and 5, hammering my ring finger onto the D, which is the 7th fret 3rd string, and then pulling off. So I got, right? I just keep that bar down so then I can come over here and go 7th fret with my ring finger, pull off to 5. C bass note, so I'll play up to that point again. So we got bass note. So on this note, I did the C and then an A shape. You notice sometimes I throw the bar down instead of the full A shape, but I'm getting all the notes. So 2, pick scrape, 5 to 7, that's 8, D to E, double stop 5 and 5, G and C on the 4th and 3rd string, 7 to 5, E to D, and then your bar chord. Now last bit right here. And then I do a little pick scrape. So up to that point, this one's actually pretty hard. Like that. That's this first line. I'll do it slow. That brings me to here. I just played that E shape of G. And then I do another double stop, 5 and 5 here, which was kind of like the first time. All right, and that should be barring both, D and G on the 3rd string, or 2nd and 1st string. And then I hammer onto the 5th fret and pull off to the 3rd, only on those 2 strings. And then another little country sounding thing here. I grab kind of a D chord, but I go, this is out of the G thing, but I'm adding a little extra flair. 2nd fret A on the G, 3rd fret D on the B. Then I hammer my ring finger on. I only strum those 2. Another double stop lick, kind of Hendrix. Up to 4, which is the chord tone of G. Pull back to 2, pull off to open. So it's like, it's kind of tricky. You can kind of cheat that and not do the double stop if you go and just do the 2 to 4, 2 back to open. A, B, A, open. Right? So that's what you're doing. I'll play it slow. Like I said, I don't really want to teach like lick after lick like I do in my Instagram videos. I'm trying to teach you guys the why behind this stuff so you can kind of do it yourself. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and start dropping them in. And then we'll go from there. But like I said, Sunday at 5, and about an hour before, I'm going to do a live stream to kind of keep this momentum going. And we're going to do a couple more, or at least one more or 2 more live streams next week to kind of keep the boot camp momentum going. But essentially, we're shifting the entire community that we've built this week, all the practice, all the motivation, we're shifting that over to Brett's Guitar Academy, all right, and the All Access Pass. So that's where the momentum is going to really, really keep going. But we're still going to hop in there at least 2 times this week. We're going to get in Sunday. We're going to get in another time this next week. So it's going to be fun. We're not done here, all right? So might go a couple more times 2 or 3 times next week. We don't know. So I'm going to play this whole thing so you can kind of see it. It happens twice. You don't need to see the bottom part. So it's like, boom. This is the harder one. Oops. Do that again. Distracted. That last bit is tricky. Oops, sorry. That's why you shouldn't talk and play guitar. Now, what can you do to add your own if you don't want to make it that complex and you don't want to play that one, which I would love for you to not. But I would say, first of all, you could go do this one, of course. You can go the simpler one. I'll play it too for you guys. So it's like... there's that one again, right? So you can go back and rewind these and watch these. But if you want me to play either of those over again, just drop it in the chat and really just let me know. The numbers are the frets, Caroline. Yeah. So, and Joe, you'll never regret it, my friend. Leslie, you'll never regret it. Really, no one's going to ever regret doing this program. Literally. I'm going to make it as good as I possibly can, or I'll give you your money back. So, check this out. Now, how do we make this happen? Stefan, yes, I will. Give me 1 second, Stefan. All right, so, like, let's say I got to get a water. I swear my kid's giving me a cold here. I got stickers, too. If you'd be interested in a sticker, let me know. So, check this out. What if you're doing your own chord lick chord and you're like, let me just do, we got this major pentatonic right here that we talked about last night, right? So you go. You keep it simple the whole time for all I care. See, not bad even if you just simplify it. Even if I do it at a time and you go. Just work down the scale. That's better to me than just learning the licks and being able to like play the licks verbatim like I do. To me, if you do it the way I just did it, then you're kind of learning the time and the space in between. I kind of explained it last night. I do like one chord, 2 beats of a chord, 1, 2, scale, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Doing the same thing here. So, and you can make it as complicated or as simple as you want. And you don't have to do it off every 2 beats. You could go 1. You kind of have to establish the chord first, right? So you got to be able to go 1, 2, 3. You can go 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. No lick. And 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2. So something kind of like that could also be helpful. And you got to keep that. I would keep that structure. 2 beats of a chord, 2 beats of a lick, whole measure of a chord, 2 beats of a chord, little lick, and then a whole measure of a chord. Now, I'm kind of doing something a little different here. If you look, I'm doing 1, 2, and then there's a rest on beat 2 because I made on the and of 2. So it's like 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 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 that's how that's and that's how that's breaking down, right? Would you repeat the rhythm patterns the same way you would notes, phrases, and do you do this intentionally with these chord lick chords? I kind of do these. I do that intentionally. Would you repeat rhythm patterns the same way you would notes? Kind of, yeah. Like I'm just doing what I think is soulful and smooth, and if that means repeating them, then absolutely. Danny, thanks for being here. I appreciate you chiming in. Thanks for, I hope to see you in the program after Sunday, man. It's going to be amazing. Same to everybody in here. I literally just want to help every single person out that's interested in this stuff. And that's why I created the whole academy and the all access pass. Would you repeat this? I just want to make sure I'm reading this right, Stefan. Would you repeat rhythm patterns the same way you would notes, phrases, and do you do this intentionally? Yeah, I definitely am repeating things intentionally because I think I'm understanding what you're saying now. Because I'm trying to create a melodic line, right? So if I just randomly change the rhythm all the time, then it doesn't sound like kind of cohesive, right? It sounds too random, right? It's okay to be random-ish when it comes to like blues and jazz, but like with this soulful stuff, you see the neo soul stuff and all that. David, you're in luck. Sunday at 5. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm serious. The All Access Pass and Brett's Academy, I'm talking about myself in third person, but I promise you it's going to be one of the best things you will have ever done for your guitar playing, based solely on my dedication to your success. as a guitar player. Like, I am guaranteeing it or your money back. All right, so check this out. Yeah, I'm keeping the rhythm the same because even if I change it and I come up here, let's say I go. So a lot of the rhythms are kind of staying the same. You know what I mean, Stefan? It's just like I'm just choosing how long of a phrase I'm going to play. And the more proficient you get with your chord tones, your scales, and knowing how much time, meaning how many beats or eighth notes or 16th notes you have in between a chord and another chord, it'll allow you to play more or longer lines, right? So if I'm like, do a major 7th this time, so like, sorry, let me take it. Little jazzy stuff. You can play longer lines. Like, I could get more complex like that. You know what I mean? I'm kind of messing around now, but you get the idea. It's Friday night, man. We should be messing around, having fun. But yeah, I'm keeping those pretty much the same-ish in between and kind of playing, pushing and pulling with how much time I have between one chord and the next. And it's a big tip to be able to like land right on the bass note and then get to your next, and that buys you time to get to your next chord. I think that's a huge tip. Yes. Any other questions, you guys? I'd be happy to answer them. I'm going to answer all kinds of questions on Sunday about the program. And the doors are going to open on Sunday. I could not be more excited. The homework is to either post one of these chordlet chord exercises, and even better, if you can post something of your own. I think try it. Or just post a video of yourself jamming to the backing track, trying to find the chord tones and the cage shapes from yesterday. You know what I mean? Big thing for day 5. Play a chordlet chord, post it, or send it to me in an email. All right? I'm going to show you a couple more things here, you guys. I'm going to send out a replay thing, but I want to make sure you have a basic idea one more time of what this community looks like on the inside, and then I'll let you go for the night because Friday night, what are we doing? So learning guitar is what we're doing. This is on the inside. We got live session replays. Yeah, man. Isaiah is not kidding. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Guys, check that out. This man is giving me the high praises. I'll post some other things in there as well when I send out some emails with some testimonials, but you'll get the idea. It's worth it. Look, yeah, like I said, every one of these is a course in and of itself, like mini courses. And then all of this stuff, Mark Latuso, man, if we haven't met, thank you. I appreciate you for being a number one fan in here. I can see that it shows you're a number one fan. We got meetups where we're doing the live sessions. Look, you can see right here. Live lesson, orc, masterclass. Right here. Look at this. Well, right now it's on at 8 o'clock, but I'm going to switch it to a little earlier. But this is every 2 weeks. This is every 2 weeks. This is not some fake stuff. All right. Let's come back. Look at this other thing. Got an open mic, get up and play. Right now, these are on Fridays, but I'm probably going to switch these as well. But these happen every other Friday as well. Okay. You got a spot to speak your mind. Let's see if somebody posted in here recently. Look, there's Isaiah. He's in the program. He knows what's going on. Look, Isaiah, I put you on the internet. All right, so check this out. Yeah, here we go. Tommy Emmanuel, I think, using a bunch of triads and cage shapes here. So this is John Murphy, a longtime student, showing how this works. Thanks, Jeff. I hope to see you in the program after Sunday, man. And like I said, the first 5 people not the first 5 people, anybody that joins the first day. This is the fast action. Like, let's do this. Commit. Let's get in there. Everybody that joins in the first 24 hours gets a free 20-minute session with me where we're going to practice things, or not practice things, but figure out your action plan. 20 minutes, face-to-face, not me to a screen and a bunch of comments on YouTube. Just you and me in a Zoom room, one-on-one. All right, so take advantage of that. All right, there'll be opportunities to do some one-on-one stuff throughout that as well. That'll just be a little separate thing. But look, we got people posting, man. So you guys, it's the same type of thing. You can post your aha moments, all this stuff. So this is going to be a good thing. And then check out over here. I'll show you something over here. So all this stuff plus more, right? This is including all the coaching calls. We got 5 pillars of music theory, triad magic, uncaged fretboard mastery, unlocking 7th chords, pentatonic 1. There's going to be a pentatonic 2, Chordlet Chord Pro, which some of you guys got for free, the vault, which is even more content, and then this is just to brush up on stuff, but there's going to be even more. This is just 9 things. There's things in there that aren't even totally loaded yet, that are like on the site that just aren't even listed there. All right, so there will be an opportunity for you to take this and like literally imagine this. You've been doing this for 4 days, and Jeff is saying he's gained more progress in his last 5 days than he's done in a year in private lessons. Imagine what you can do with the program over the course of 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 2 months, right? You're going to get your money's worth out of this type of a thing, all right? Because I'm just committed, all right? So here's the other thing. Like I said, if 4 or 5 days can get you this much progress, just wait. You're going to get even more, and it's going to blow your mind, and I cannot wait to help you get there. This is my life's work. This is what I do full time, all right? And there's going to be more courses. I think on this other page, let me see if I can pull it up. I listed it here. Oh, where did it go? I'll show you one more time because you guys are still hanging out. I can still see some people in the room. So, like, some of this stuff, phrasing workshop, that's brand new. Cage system application, that's going to be brand new. Home recording workshop, brand new. I just finished another module for it today. Fingerstyle course, I've already planned it. All I got to do is shoot it. So if you're into fingerstyle, get ready because you're going to have that. I studied classical guitar for 5.5 years in college. It won't be about classical guitar, but it will. I am pretty much a pro when it comes to playing right-hand fingerstyle guitar. And I can teach you the ins and outs of how to make it sound nice and pretty. Never even heard me play fingerstyle. Anyways, enough of that. But fingerstyle stuff is coming, man. Jeff, I don't know what you just deleted, but I appreciate you being here. You guys, you know what the homework is. I'll post the replay, send out a link for all that stuff. I'll be looking forward to seeing the videos. And don't forget, 5 o'clock Central, Sunday. 4 o'clock, I'm going to live stream going into it. All right, it'll either be 4 or 4:30. But we're going to open up the doors 5 o'clock. They will close the following Sunday. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know the date. Let me tell you the date. I should know this stuff. I'm a guitar player, okay? Closing it because I'm only taking a certain amount of people. Like, I'm only... Thanks. I'm only taking a certain amount of people. Like, there's a limited amount of seats for this as well because I can only give people so much feedback. I can't just be on call 24 hours a day. So it's open from it'll be open Sunday the 14th at 5 o'clock p.m. Central till Saturday the 20th at midnight, almost an entire week, okay? Or until the slots fill up. If the slots fill up, I'm going to take it down. Like, I'm going to take it down 100% if I get the slots filled, and then you just have to wait until the next time, all right? So don't wait, and if you want to get that fast action type of thing where you get to make yourself get in there and like get the one-on-one with me, you're gonna nail it. All right, guys. I'm gonna hop off of here tonight, and I will see you Sunday. All right. I'll send out an email link for all this stuff. I appreciate you being here. I'm still in the community, and I'm gonna be there. I'm commenting right after this on stuff, so because I can see some people have posted some stuff even just an hour ago. Okay, so look for an email from me today and tomorrow, and then a live stream, bonus live stream on Sunday. We'll open the doors, and there'll be another bonus live stream this next week. I will see you guys. Have a great Friday. Have a great Saturday. Have a great day.